My name is Derek Denny. Usually when I'm not Spider-Man, I am a 6th and 7th grade English teacher. I teach over in Lincoln Heights on the other side of town. And I've been a part of the Avengers Initiative for about a year now.
My name is Kelsey Knox. I cosplay as Captain Marvel and sometimes Spider-Gwen. And when I'm not cosplaying, I am an archivist librarian at Pepperdine University. And yeah.
Hi, my name's Manny. I'm the executive director for the Ronald McDonald House here in Los Angeles. We support primarily Children's Hospital Los Angeles, Presbyterian, and Kaiser. And of course, it's the best medical help that these children can get in probably the world, many cases. And so they stay with us.
Hello, my name is Ramona Batak. I am a child life specialist at Miller Children's and Women's Hospital in Long Beach.
Okay. Thank you. So if I may begin first with our pediatric organization representatives. Ramona, let me begin with you. Could you kind of enlighten our audience as to what Miller Memorial Care does, please?
Yes, our department specifically?
Yeah. What you might want to explain what Child Life is and what your specific medical facility deals with.
Yes. So Miller Children's and Women's Hospital is located in Long Beach. We are connected to Long Beach Memorial, but Miller Children's is a freestanding children's hospital that holds 357 beds for maternity and pediatrics, as well as outpatient. And our Child Life department is present in all of those units. Our main job is to bring normalcy to our pediatric patients and make the scary environment not as scary. So part of our job is celebrating special events, hosting playroom sessions, teaching them about their hospitalization and the procedures they're going to experience, as well as hosting special events and coordinating with our community of how we can bring things to the hospital for the kids.
Thank you. And then Manny, could you share with us what Ronald McDonald House is for our audience, and what is any particular stuff you want to share about your LA location, please?
Okay. Well, we happen to be one of the largest. We have 75 rooms that are really for the families. It's a home away from home. Our objective is to make sure that the families, when they come, feel like they're at home, and in some cases, it's better. The facilities are outstanding, down to laundry rooms with pods, meals every day, and great beds to sleep in. A lot of entertainment. We get a lot of our friends here show up all of a sudden, and you know when there's a buzz in the house when a superhero or a Spider-Man, it's like right now the big hit. It's kind of neat, but one of the things that we are really focused on is family-centered care. There's data that proves that a child that's critically ill will definitely heal much better with the family surrounding them during this ordeal than if not. And we see that. We see that every day. And so providing a great time, not just for the child, because many times the child is at the hospital. It's the family that we're caring for. And the families, as one doctor once said, with a critically ill child, you have a sick family. Everyone is suffering in some way. Life isn't the same. Siblings feel like they're not being paid attention to because they're focused on the child that's really sick. They're feeling bad about their brother or sister who's really sick. And the parents are stressed. And so we really work hard at making sure that the family, the siblings, everyone's having a good time. And that's what you folks do, is take away that whole element of, hey, it's about me too. So.
Well, thank you for sharing. So Derek and Kelsey, as you both mentioned, you guys just joined earlier this year. Kind of share with us what you thought when you joined this whole experience and versus the few events you've done, what does it turn out to be? So, Kelsey, let me go with you first, and then Derek, I'll let you chime in afterwards.
So I guess when I joined, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I haven't done a lot of work with kids before. My job is with college students usually, so I don't really get to hang out with little kids. But I think I'm trying to think of what the first event. Oh, the first event was the
Hemophilia and rare blood disease, yeah.
Yeah, and that was really neat. It was kind of outside of the hospital setting, and I just got to be up on stage and hang out with a bunch of kids, and they were more excited about him because all kids love Spider-Man.
Well, the Captain Marvel movie had not been released yet. That was a big turning point for you.
My moment in the sun. But it's been a really great experience. The events we do are really diverse in settings, so you're not always in a hospital. You might be out at like an event like we were for that first one, or doing something else at a movie theater, or there's a million different things that we do, so it's kind of fun to be able to tailor it towards what you're interested in or what the setting you're more comfortable in.
And for me, I'm a teacher. I love working with kids, but I think I was originally excited about this opportunity because it was, I have more things to do in my cosplays. Like, I don't just get to dress up as Spider-Man for conventions. I have more opportunities to do it. And after that very first event, when I had to learn the hard way, I needed to watch where I walked, because if I took 2 steps, I'd have a little kid running up to me and grabbing me at the leg. Like, that was a feeling that I just can't get anywhere else, and it's different than what I experience in the classroom. It's even different than what I get here walking on the show floor, because I'll get stopped and asked for pictures, but these are kids and families who can go out places and see that, but we go to them and we give them the opportunity to do things that without us might be too difficult for the child or the family.
Well, thank you. So, Ramona or Manny, I guess, share with our audience, when we first came, so Ramona, let's go with you first, since we recently started just visiting Miller earlier this year. What did you think we were, and what was it when we actually came? What were your thoughts when we came?
I was hosting a Super Siblings event, which was celebrating our siblings of our patients, as during flu season, our siblings and families that are under 13 are not allowed to visit the hospital during flu season. So for this special event, I wanted our siblings to feel like superheroes. And so I asked our event coordinators if they can recruit any good superheroes that would be awesome to interact with their siblings, and you guys were more than what I expected. I kind of don't know what to expect with our special visitors, but you guys were on the floor with our kids, doing the activities, interacting with the families, taking pictures with them and playing with them, watching the movie with them. It was a lot more than I expected. It very much made our siblings and families feel so special for this event.
Well, thank you. And then, Manny, I've kind of shared with you what we've done, both for your L.A. Ronald McDonald House for both the walk by USC, along with the Lancaster walk, and also what we've done in Sacramento. When I reached out to you for this panel, I guess, what did you think we are, and what do you think we've hopefully done for your facility?
Well, I'll tell you, you helped us raise more money.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great outcome, because everyone can go to a walk, and during walk season, which tends to be in the good months of weather, but to have superstars or superheroes out there, these events are family events, and again, it's some of the same families that their child has come out of the illness, and they're somewhat healed. And it's neat to have these walks, but for them to come back every year as though this is a family reunion, it's because of things like this. They get to take pictures together around the heroes. It becomes more of a party than anything. And the families, I think, because they benefited from what we raised to help them have a place to stay when they're at the hospital. They finally actually get to have fun. They're not stuck in the house, even though we have a great environment. Coming out to the walk was really big for us. I saw the photos, and I mean, some of these photos are interesting. They're, but the look on the kids, they actually think this is real. I know it's real, but they have that look of, wow, this is real, and they believe it. And they sometimes they're crying because you're taking them away from that Spider-Man, for instance. I don't mean to emphasize it, but I saw that a lot, and so it's really good for our families, but it really enhances our environment during a special event like a walk, and we raise more money. So.
Well, thank you. So Derek and Kelsey, you guys have mentioned you are involved with students, whether they be college or junior hires. Obviously, I'm sure you keep your private and professional education life separate, but what are hopefully some things you would like to share with these students?
I'll take it. They have seen the movies, and they will ask all the questions about everything that happened in the movie, like in between, like before Endgame came out as Spider-Man, I would get all the questions of like, what happened to you? Are you coming back? And so that was great, because like when they see us as these characters, there's automatically like that's the level at which we can connect, and so they'll ask us like about our powers or what goes on in the movies or what's gonna happen next, and they'll come up with so many questions that I didn't even know could be asked.
Yeah, I got, can you really fly? Like, yeah, of course I can fly. Well, then show me. And then you have to think like, oh, okay, how do I get out of this? But the kids are always really, really fun to work with, and they kind of follow you around and want to continue hanging out, and it's fun when you get like the repeat photos. So you'll have one kid come up, and then 10 minutes later they come back and they want to see you again and again. And especially at the Miller event, that was really fun. We got to, like you said, just kind of sit on the ground and hang out with them, and we were blowing bubbles, and we were coloring books, and
Spider-Man coloring books.
Spider-Man coloring book.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I will mention that a girl was really offended that Captain Marvel didn't have her own coloring book, and I was all for that. But yeah, they're really great to be around.
Have either of you had a chance to share, the service stuff you guys have done with your students?
Oh, absolutely.
Outside. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it a little bit. I think cosplay is not necessarily something that comes up at work, but I've shared it with some people, and like Anna's in the audience, and I have to give her a shout out because she works in the Genesis lab and 3D prints all of my little pieces that I ask her to, so I can add them to my cosplay. So I do get that interaction with the college students, because sometimes it's like, well, what are you doing on the 3D printer? And I'm like, oh, printing something for cosplay, and I'm in this organization that does really cool things for sick kids, and there is some interest, and I think that like a lot of those college students, when they get out of college, it's something that they consider.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm just an oversharer or what, but like as a teacher, like I have my own website for my classes, and I have an About Me section, and it's just kind of filled with pictures of me in costumes at different events, and I've put on the Spider-Man outfit and showed up at a school dance before. And I saw an hour ago a former student of mine in front of the main stage when I took the Spider-Man outfit off. So that was fun, and that was, or not the mask, not the whole outfit. Thank you. But yeah, it's great. And I know for me, like in particular as a teacher, it's super easy as a for kids to look at the teachers and be like, what, you don't live at the school, like you have a life outside of this? And I can be like, yeah, I do, and I actually like working with kids, and here's these reasons why.
So I'd like to take a moment from you, the audience, if you have any questions. So I see there's a microphone in front. You're welcome to walk up and ask any of us a question. You're welcome to sit down and ask a question. We just ask that you enunciate so we can hear what you're asking, please. So, any questions from the audience?
No, I insist. All right. Please, I'll go second.
Hello. Hello, hello. This is for our two cosplayers. On a personal note, I'm a big fan. I follow you both on Instagram. How did you become involved in the organization? Who reached out to who? I imagine you were both involved in cosplaying for a period of time before you started the involvement in the organization. What did that process look like? Kelsey can go first because I like her better.
Yes. I've been involved in cosplay for a few years now, and about a year. Well, actually, it was at LA Comic-Con last year. We went to the Marvel fan shoot, which Mark runs, and we knew someone else in Avengers Initiative, so she kind of was like, "Hey, you guys have great costumes. You should join us." And at the shoot, we got to. I think we met Mark, and we met a couple of the other people in the group, and joined in January. I think our first event was in like January or February, and done 4 or 5 since then, so it's been fun.
Yeah, that's how yeah. I was there. I can confirm.
And I think it happened pretty much the same for him. So.
Yeah.
Hello, thank you for being here. This is actually a question for everybody. Which character would you like to cosplay as that you haven't cosplayed already?
Okay, so that would be just the three of us, myself, Derek, and Kelsey, because the rest of our unless our reps have something they want to say.
Everyone is welcome to join.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't want to put our reps on the spot, but we'll go with ladies first. So Kelsey, we'll go with you.
No, I need to think about it for a second.
All right, so then I'll go. In my case, I kind of basically have everything I've got. I belong not only the leader of the Avengers Initiative, I belong to the Rebel Legion, the 501st Legion. I belong to the finest of G.I. Joe costuming group. If you want to get down to it, there are variations I haven't done yet. So if and when I ever get married, I can't complain because I probably have more outfits than a lot of gals do. I have Imperial, Rebel Fleet, G.I. Joe, Cobra, Marvel outfits of the yin yang. So that's it for me. Derek, let me turn to you.
So normally I do Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is a very popular character, so I also have a Hawkeye outfit, and it's Hawkeye from Captain America Civil War, but I would love to do kind of the Ronin version from Endgame, so less bow and arrow, more swords and shaved head version of Hawkeye. So that's probably next on the list as far as Marvel character goes. After seeing Kelsey make her outfit for today, I also need a Jedi outfit. So.
I love Marvel, and if we're talking straight Marvel, I would love to do Winter Soldier. But anything, I think I really want like a really awesome princess dress, because everything that I wear is spandex, and it'd be cool to just have like a really fluffy gown. So I think one of the Disney princesses would be my choice.
Well, if I decide to one day at work, I would definitely choose a princess.
Or is there a character that hasn't shown up at an event that you would like to see or?
Good question. Maybe the different versions of Spider-Man haven't come, and a lot of them asked them to transform into that. Let me think. I don't think like the Hulk has come. That's kind of hard to do as well. But he's also very popular. But no, I think we've had some really good groups come in that have come in very popular ones, very up-to-date ones. So I would definitely love to have more Disney for our younger ones too, because sometimes our little ones do get scared.
You know, surprisingly, what I haven't seen, and I watched the video of, I guess it was in San Diego, there were a lot of, I guess, what's that, Frozen Princess?
Oh, yeah.
Really neat. You know, the makeup, the hair, everything was perfect. And we don't see that at the house often. It's always the male, you know, oriented heroes, Superman, you know, these Spider-Man. And so, yeah, if we could see more, I mean, is there more available?
Yeah, so at least for us, we can dive into that. Our own folks dress in princess outfits. One of our gals here, I believe you do Ariel, Julie. But we also work with a group out of Sousa Pacific University called the Dream Project. A lot of their students dress as princess characters for service events like Shriners and stuff like that. We definitely do make a call to anyone who's willing to help out. But as this is a volunteer effort, it's based on, whatever help we can get for a given event. So, but definitely for Ronald McDonald House, we can definitely make the call for such help in the future. So actually, let me turn to that for a second to the both of you. Matt, let me begin with you. Given the sensitive nature, this, we're dealing with minors and, kids going through a medical situation, what is required to volunteer at what does Ronald McDonald House look for in the way of volunteers? I know you guys have a website and stuff like that, but what are the requirements, kind of the steps you would hopefully want anyone wishing to help out at Ronald McDonald House?
Yeah, well, you can go online. Our address is hard to remember, but it's rmhcsc.org. It's Ronald McDonald House Charity, Southern California. And online you can sign up, and it'll take you through the process. I think for volunteers that will be at the house, because we have children, there'll be at least a background check for what do you call it? Predators, sexual predators. That's easy to detect, and so that's pretty much where we go. And it's as simple as that. Then it's a matter of scheduling, whether we need it for an event, or we get groups that just come in randomly. They want to come in on a Saturday, and so great, they'll be there with the mini ponies and the bunnies, and we get everything on Saturdays and Sundays, and it fits all in. So what I was going to say a little earlier is many of our patients are, I'd say we're predominantly little girls. That's why I ask if there's a chance to get more of that type of character that would appeal to them. That'd be great. They would be excited.
What was the question, Mark?
So, Rona, the question is for anyone wishing to help out with either of you guys' facilities, what do you guys look for volunteers? What vetting process you go to and stuff like that? So, like, for example, thankfully you kind of vetted us and trusted us when we did our visit for your super siblings.
Yes.
I've also gone myself with the 501st. So I definitely understand things like HIPAA compliance and background checks, but I guess you may want to explain to the rest of our audience, particularly since your facility is a medical one, what are the definitely the things that you folks are watchful for in terms of volunteers and anyone wanting to help out?
Yes, definitely. So we do have two special events coordinators in our department who communicate with the community about wanting to come visit our hospital, and they basically ask them appropriate questions of what they're looking for during this visit, and we assess if it's appropriate, because we can't promise that they will see a lot of children, a lot of patients, because we can't predict how it'll look day to day, but we do have our playroom sessions, might have 1 to 2 kids if they're interested in visiting like that, but we might not have like 20 kids for them that they want to see. So if that's something they're looking forward to, we definitely invite them in. Before they come in and schedule a visit, we send them our special visitors agreement, which states aspects like HIPAA and patient confidentiality. We ask that you don't ask the patients any questions about their diagnosis, why they're here, how long they have been here, and very personal questions like that. You are able to ask them their name and how old they are, what their favorite color is, what they like to do, and if they know about your superhero. But asking more personal questions of why they're there is not allowed. Other things that's also very important that we send to you before you come in is about photos and photo consents. The parents have to agree to the photo consents if they want to be published in our media with the hospital and with your organization. So parents do have to sign an extensive agreement before the event that we prepare for them. If they choose not to, we make it very visible to our visitors that that patient and that family cannot be in any of the photos, even if it's in the background or any body parts cannot be in the photos. So that's something we also make clear before coming in, as well as some of our kids might not be able to eat or drink or have special medications, so no eating and drinking in front of them as well.
Thank you. So, and I guess I should probably chime in myself, even though I'm the moderator. So for myself, I have done either done or organized pediatric service events for the cosplay community for about 17 years, both as a participant as an organizer. So all of these things that these folks have mentioned for their organizations, I'm definitely mindful and aware of. So if I may throw out anyone interested in getting involved, is one good place to start is check to see on Google or social media groups that are currently doing it. See if you can join up. A lot of these groups have a history. They have their own internal rules. Definitely respect the places that they're visiting, and that'd be a good place to start and learn from. That's how I did it. Was I learned from other people, learn from other contacts how one should hopefully conduct themselves. And my philosophy going into such places is that we are the guests at medical facilities. We want to respect people's situations and how they have to run to keep everyone's safety and their privacy. And then, the idea is I work with them, whether it's, a holiday event or a special, like Manny mentioned, a fundraiser to help support the organization, see where we can be of service. I put out a shout out to say, hey, and this is internally with our folks we work with, or volunteers, here's where we could use some help. Please sign up. And I just remind them I need to go over the list with our host to make sure this is what they want. And I definitely go over in person and online any rules that we need to be mindful for the event. So, any questions from the audience?
You say you've been doing this for 17 years now?
Yes.
What made you decide to go from someone who's costuming to starting this, the Avengers, starting this project, visiting people, organizing all these people? What was the transition from something you do for fun to something you're doing to help all these people?
So thank you for asking. So the question was, what led me to do what I'm doing? So in my case, personally, when I was in college, unfortunately, a relative of mine got very sick and passed away. But one thing that definitely helped our family through this difficult situation was Make-A-Wish. They definitely lent their support to try and ease a very difficult situation. And long time ago, before social media and stuff like that, a bunch of my friends, we just started cosplay, Star Wars, superheroes. And I thought, hey, it'd be nice to kind of take what I love for fun and share that with others, because as I mentioned earlier in the video is there are people out there, both families and kids, who cannot go to a Comic-Con. They cannot go to a movie event. They can't even go to amusement park and stuff like that. It'd be nice to kind of bring that experience to them. So that for me personally, I felt led to share that with others while they're going through a difficult situation. So hope that answers the question. So I definitely want to round up and respect the next panel. So what I would like to do is begin with my representatives about any closing comments they have, particularly, I guess, what they feel about pediatric service and the efforts of volunteers and my own costume volunteers, any closing thoughts they have. So Ramona, let me begin with you first, please.
Myself and our department love the collaboration we've had so far, and we're always very open with an open schedule for anyone willing to come to our hospital and visit our patients. We would just have to schedule it and also go through the vetting process, but it really does make a difference for our patients to have a special visitor that they really look up to and would like to be one day.
Yeah, at Ronald McDonald House, it's like a hotel. And if you can imagine what it costs to run a hotel, we work hard at fundraising to make that happen for those families. So when we can have visitors, volunteers doing this kind of work for the children to make it a much more exciting environment for them while they're there, that we welcome it. We really welcome. And so again, rmhcsc.org. You on what type of opportunities we have that you can come and join our families. Especially the weekends seem to be the most popular time.
So I guess just to wrap it up for me, I really enjoy doing this work, and I encourage any cosplayers who want to join in to let us know and come join us. And anyone who runs an organization who would benefit from having our group come, please reach out to Mark, because we're always looking for more opportunities.
And the people who I've met through doing this work, they're all amazing. They're all people who just want to make the world a better place. And I feel like when we get to do these events, that's what we get to do. Like, my favorite thing I've ever done through my work, the Avengers Initiative, is as Spider-Man taking a kid on an Easter egg hunt. And that was so much fun. And like, when I think back to like, why do I do this? I remember that. And I get to have that experience over and over again. And it's fun for me, and it's fun for them. And I would love to have anyone who wants to join in, come join us.
For me, my credo is take hopefully what you like and see what good you can do with sharing it with others. So as I joke with some of my older friends in the cosplay community, unfortunately I have to turn to them for their help with my outfits. As I joke with them, I can't make anything to save my life. My strength is logistics. So by no means am I a professional cosplayer. I'm a hobbyist photographer, but I'm good at logistics. So my strength is hopefully building bridges, reaching out to people like these folks right here, our pediatric representatives, our costume volunteers, hopefully bring them together where we can hopefully bring some hope to other people. So we thank you all for coming to our panel. We hope you enjoy the remainder of your LA Comic Con experience. Thank you very much.